While Governor Fubara has accused the House of Assembly of frustrating its effort to implement the judgment of the Supreme Court. Speaking on behalf of the governor, the Commissioner for Information described as false the narrative that the governor has refused to present the 2025 budget before the House. He said the House had repeatedly declined to accept letters from the governor, indicating his interest to make the presentation. The commissioner in his statement said the lawmakers' motive to justify their desperate attempt to impeach the governor for selfish political reasons.
Governor Fubara, who by all intents and purposes is prepared, willing and ready to represent the 2025 budget and carry out full implementation of all aspects of the bizarre and utterly controversial judgment of the Apex Court for the sake of peace, is being misrepresented and painted in bad color as not ready to comply with the judgment. Should this opportunity to pull the state from the precipice fail, the people and residents of the state, without exception, are bound to suffer avoidable calamities of economic, social, and political upheavals that might sink us deeper into unimaginable crises.
Let's bring in public affairs analyst Lester Wilcox for more on this development. Mr. Wilcox, thanks for joining us on the news this evening. A notice on gross misconduct has now been served on Governor Fubara in what is widely considered the commencement of an impeachment process against him. What options are before the embattled governor?
Well, right now, it is not unexpected. I mean, every assuming mind will know that this was the answer the legislators and their godfather, Mr. Barrister Wike, are working towards. And remember, this is not the first time we've treaded this road. What preceded the whole crisis was the same issuance of a notice of gross misconduct that was a portion to the impeachment of the governor back in 2003. And then that we'll navigate through that till now. The governor has various options open to him legally. They all know how to use the instrumentation of the law. I mean, these people are only acting because they were able to corner the instrumentation of the law for their own advantage. And of course, everybody has condemned what the Supreme Court did in handing them this unlimited open check in order to carry out whatever actions that they want to carry out against the governor and the people of Rivers State. The days ahead will be very, very interesting because, again, let's also put on record that these men today have read out these letters because the same people read out a letter of their defection on the floor of their own parliament, read out the letter of their defection, and later recounted that they never defected. So there are serious issues to be addressed.
Indeed.
You know, so one is not oblivious of the fact that this was the answer we are working to. But the people of Rivers State, I'm sure they are not sleeping. They are watching, and at the appropriate time, 27 people cannot determine the destiny of the entire people of Rivers State. I don't think that will be possible. No matter the godfathers they have, no matter the powers they have from above, that is giving them this impetus to rebuff all kinds of entreaties, all kinds of peaceful means to resolve the issues of Rivers State, and they are still bent on destabilizing the state for themselves. I think the people of Rivers State are watching.
It sounds like you're saying the curtain has now been finally drawn on political options, because some have said Governor Fubara, for instance, stands a chance if he's humble enough to assume the status he had just before he was governor, that is as simple as return to your godfather. After all, he was the one who made you governor.
Well, the truth of the matter is this. The governor has demonstrated, I mean, everybody could see the government has demonstrated goodwill. First, in the first obnoxious agreement he held with the president, that was during December 2023, just after the crisis started. And what was the response of the 27 men? They started with obnoxious policies, laws, ruling out insults, and then there was now a court order that stopped them from presenting themselves as lawmakers based on their defection, which the governor relied upon to start operating. You know, so this whole matter, as far as I'm concerned, these men were not members. There was no legitimate House of Assembly on their part because there were legal, there were court judgments that stopped them from parading themselves, and then the governor was operating. So, as far as I'm concerned, and many people are concerned, they are back to the house, or whatever legal thing they could claim to starts when the Supreme Court gave them their lifeline they gave them.
The Supreme Court's judgment is no doubt a game changer. And like you said, interesting days ahead. Governor Fubara will now have to play his last card, and everyone will hope that he knows what he's doing. Alessa Wixos, that's our time on the news tonight. We have to go now.
People will play their card, and I hope they'll be able to play it well.
We'll find time to continue this conversation subsequently.